Welcome back to another day of Project Showcase. In the last video, we covered Project GRS, Parallel Post, and Hermes. And today we'll be covering Project Yuva, a website and app that we built in collaboration with Hope House and CMC. Events app, which provides you access to all events happening in VIT at one place. And Hades, which is the last event manager you'll ever need. It has tons of features which makes managing events a breeze. So if you like the project that we built and you want to collaborate with us, you should make sure to join our Discord server. All you need to do is sign up on our events platform and join the Discord server. The server will be our official communication platform.
Hi, so I'll be talking you through Project Yuva. In around 2019, the Christian Medical College, the Hope House, and the Childline India Foundation signed an MOU to conduct Project Yuva as a collaborative venture. They approached DSE VIT to actualize their idea. Yuva stands for Young People Understanding and Verbalizing Adolescence. They came with an aim to empower adolescents with a knowledge about their fundamental right to health, development, safety, and self-advocacy. We held multiple meetings with the team to understand their requirements and to better understand what we wanted to build for them. They told us it had to be a community-based and peer-driven platform. After a couple of design prototyping, we understood that we could build two platforms. One is an admin portal and the other is a user-side application. We use Django for the backend, Firebase for notifications, Flutter for the application, and HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for the application. So talking you through the features of our admin portal, we ensured that only whitelisted people from the CMC could sign up for this portal. So the admin portal was divided into two parts, one for posts and the other for question answers. So this is an image of the posts page where you can view all posts up to date, filter posts by category, subcategory, and also search for posts via text or date. We also embedded a really functional and easy to use editor so the admins could format their posts and add images as well. We had the similar modals for creating new posts as well as editing old posts so they keep them up to date. This is the other section of the admin portal with question answers. This again had three tabs: the published answers, invalid questions, as well as a review tab. This is an image of the peer review section, and peer review was something that was really important to the team. So this ensured that every question answered by one admin was reviewed by the other admins before they got published. Hence, whatever was published to the app was quality content. And this is an image of the published answers section. So we could view all the published answers, and we also had an option to edit them in case they were out of date, and in case there were any spelling errors or typos that we missed over the peer review section. We also had a section where we could delete invalid questions individually or bulk in case of spam questions. Now coming to the user-side application, we had a couple of introductory screens so the user was well versed with what the application could do. We also had a screen for a disclaimer as well as helpline contacts, so they were easily accessible in the app. Similar to the admin portal, the user application was also divided as posts and question answers. So on the post section, they could choose categories, view all posts, as well as filter by category or subcategory. And this is the most important part of the user application, the question section. So here the users could ask a question anonymously as well as view the published questions and answers. They had a section to view their own questions as well as filter questions by category, subcategory, as well as text. So the impact of this application. The project is now complete and is now being reviewed by the team. The project impacts schools and communities in the Vellore district. It empowers adolescents and it aims to increase awareness amongst the youth. This is an image of the team from one of our last meetings.
Hello everyone, I'm Fenijin. I'm a developer at DACVIT and today we're going to have a look at Hades. If I were to describe Hades in one line, I would say it as an all-round event management solution. Be it attendance, coupon, organization management, participant management, it gets you covered for everything. Now, what is the problem or inspiration which led us to build Hades? When we try to talk about 21st century, we see event management as a growing field, and the same goes for all the tools for event management. But for a tool to cover a wide variety of events, it needs to be detailed and abstracted at the same time. It needs to be robust enough. Now, you go and have a look at the tools, and you see me, yeah, there are a lot of tools, and I think they are robust enough. But how many of them are free? Go and have a look again, and you say, yeah, there are some of them which are free, but are all the features provided by the free alternatives? These are some of our inspirations for building Hades. Moving on, how did we build a solution? So there was a bit of thought process which we kept before going into the solution. What are platforms do we need to support? What kind of database which we need to keep? How scalable we want to keep the backend to be? So actually we built two versions of it, and both of them supported cross-platform. First version, we went with a graph database of Neo4j with Node backend and then Flutter for cross-platform support. For second one, we had Golang as a backend for scalability. We had Postgres and then Akin Flutter for cross-platform support. We also had some improved and refined features in the version 2 of Hades. This was our tech stack for Hades: Neo4j, Postgres, Golang, Node and Flutter. Now, what are the features which Hades provides? When we try to talk about events, they are nicely segregated in an organization. So we have very easy to create, delete, join and manage organizations as a whole. Then for an event, we need participants. Again, Hades provide a very good and easily usable interface for adding, deleting, modifying, creating participants at bulk very easily. Then we are moving on to attendance. Long gone are the days where we used to fill Excel sheets for the attendance. Now we provide a QR code scan, so your attendance is just a scan away. Then we have coupon management. Coupons can be created, deleted, edited very easily for different days and categories. Then we have our redeeming of coupon. Again, the same goes up, the same solution with QR code. Then we have the exporting feature. You can export details of participants in JSON and CSV format both. These exports can be done with a variety of filters, like all of them, only male participants, only day one participants. Yeah, so there are a lot of filters like that. And then at last we have mass mailing. So you can mass mail to some specific set of people, which if you enter their email addresses or everyone in the event. Then these are some of our screenshots. First one shows organization, and then we have our redeem coupon screen. Then we have our export screen, and at last we have our mail mass mailing screen. What are the future scopes which we are thinking? So first thing, it may be converted into a website. Then we have event discussion forums where people can talk about the current event, maybe let the organization know about their grievances and all. Then we have the community section where all the events, all the organizations are listed. We can publicize our event over there. Then for a good event, we need a proper feedback. So we plan to integrate inbuilt feedback system for it. Then we have the guest management and support. A lot of events have speakers and other dignitaries, and managing them is also important. So yeah, this is one of the extensions which we can take up. This is all about Hades. If you find it interesting, you can check it out on DACVIT's GitHub repo, and I look forward to working with you on this project. Thank you.
everyone, my name is Mayank Kumar and I will be presenting you the Events app. I would like to start with telling you about the various problems that we like to solve with this solution. Universities sends emails to its students telling them about the various events that are happening around the campus. These emails usually are lost in our mailboxes. We have to go through our mailbox, fish out these emails, read through these emails, select the events that we like and add them to our calendar. This is a lot of manual work. We wanted to simplify the student community's work and automate this whole process. Hence we came up with this solution. So while building up this solution, we faced some challenges. I would like to tell you about those challenges. We had to automate the whole process from the point where the students receive the emails with the events that are going to be happening to the point where these events are added to our database. Second point was that when we receive these events, the data in these events are structured in a very dynamic fashion. For example, let's say if the data is stored in a table, the table's texture, the color is going to be varying for most of the cases. So we wanted to have a customized solution for this, because even the resolution of these images are not of good quality, because of which an optical table recognition algorithm usually fails for them. So we came up with our own solution for this problem, and we segmented these images into cells and we applied OCR on these segments to fetch out the data, which gave us the accuracy to get the events and store them in a MongoDB server. Now, to fetch the emails and pipelining the process of getting the events to our database, we use Python scripts and Google Gmail APIs to do the task. Now I would like to tell you about the tech stack that we used. We use Flutter for the Android application, we use OpenCV to process the images, and for the various utilities tools that it offers. Now we use Flask to deploy our server and MongoDB to store our events. We also use Python scripts, as I told you, to pipeline the whole procedure. Now, the various impacts that we were able to achieve with this project. There was a lot less manual work. The whole workflow of adding the events to your calendar is now very easy and hassle-free. There is no more missing of very interesting events that are happening around your campus. Thank you. This is all that I want to tell you about the Events app. I would like you all to contribute to the project if you can improve anything in the app. You can check out the repo on the GDGVIT website. Thank
I hope you all had an amazing time seeing some of the projects that we built in the last year. If you feel inspired enough and want to create projects that have a lasting impact, you should make sure to join our Discord server. Thank you, and I'll see you again very, very soon.